Hello, mathematicians. Today we are talking about rounding numbers with decimals. Rounding with decimals. How much fun. Well, this is pretty straightforward, I think, especially if you're already comfortable rounding whole numbers. That is, numbers that don't have decimals or fractions. So let's review that real quick. So I have the number 356 here, and if I want to round 356 to the nearest 10, then the first step is I look at the tens place. Let me put that in another color. I look at the tens place, so you've got the number 5, and then I look next door to the right as I'm looking to the right, and the number is 6. Now, I don't know if you've heard this rhyme. I don't know who came up with it, but it's a good one. It's 5 or more, let it soar. 4 or less, let it rest. Well, since we've got 5 or more next door, we have to round this 5 up to 6. And now 356 rounded to the nearest 10 becomes 360. However, now what if we have the number 3.56? Now we have a decimal place here, a decimal point here. And let's say we're asked to round to the nearest 10th. How about that? Round to the nearest 10th. Well, we're going to look at the tenths place, which is right here. And just to review, we've got the ones here, we've got the tenths here, and we've got the hundredths here. So we're going to look at the tenths place. We're going to look next door. It's 5 or more, so we have to round up. So when we round up, the 5 becomes a 6. So now we've got 3.6. And now I suppose you could turn the 6 in the original number into a 0, but we really don't need to do that because it doesn't have any value in this number. And so really what we do is we just drop the numbers to the right of the number that we are rounding to. So our answer is 3.6. Another example, let's say you want to round 7.15 to the nearest 10th again, let's just say. Again, you're going to look at the number in the tenths place and round it up because the number next door is 5 or more. So 7.15 becomes 7.2. But what if you're asked to round to the nearest whole number? I know I don't have the best handwriting here. Let's say you have the number 476.128. Look at that number. Now you're being asked to round to the nearest whole number. The thing is, when they say whole number, what we're really referring to is the ones place, because that actually is the nearest whole number, the ones place. So when we're asked to round to the nearest whole number, think that you're being asked to round to the nearest 1. We just don't really say it like that, okay? And so we follow the exact same rules. We just go next door. It looks like there's a 1 in the number in the digit next door, so we don't change the 6, and instead when we're rounding it to the nearest whole number, we just keep it the same, but then we just drop the decimal and everything to the right of it. So 476.128 rounded to the nearest whole number is just 476. And let's just do one more quick example. Let's say you have the number 13.82346, and you're being asked to round to the nearest hundredth. So let's go over our place values here. We've got ones and tens, and we've got tenths. My H won't show. There we go. Hundredths, thousandths. Ooh, 10,000ths and hundred. I have no more space. Thousandths. Look at that. So we're being asked to round 13.82346 to the nearest hundredth. So first thing I have to do is identify where the hundredths place is, which is right here. Then I'm going to look next door. We've got a 3 there. 3 is less than 4. It's 4 or less. So really what we're going to do is not change this 2, and our answer is going to be 3.82. And everything else to the right just gets dropped. Let me do that in another color so that it's clear. Everything else to the right just gets dropped. And so 13.82, I don't even know what number I had, 346, rounded to the nearest hundredth is 13.82. And that's all, my friends. I hope you found that helpful. Until next time.